The wind didn't just howl that night, it screamed, like it was angry at the world. Snow slammed sideways, cutting into skin like shattered glass, and the road disappeared under white darkness. In the middle of that merciless blizzard, a woman dropped to her knees, clutching 2 trembling children against her chest. Her lips were blue. Her fingers were numb. And her voice, once strong, once proud, broke as she whispered the only words left inside her. "Please! I'm begging you, help my kids!" No one answered. No headlights. No footsteps. Just the storm. And the truth she was too afraid to say out loud: if help didn't come soon, her children wouldn't survive the night. Her name was Emily Carter, and just 1 year ago, she had a home, a husband, and a life that felt unbreakable. Her husband, Daniel, had been a construction worker, strong hands, gentle heart. He used to joke that no storm could ever touch their family. Then came the accident. A collapsing beam. One phone call. One coffin lowered into frozen ground. Emily became a widow before she learned how to be alone. Bills piled up. Grief hollowed her out. When the landlord changed the locks, she packed what little she had and promised her kids it would be. Just for a while. She believed that lie, until the blizzard came. That night, her son Noah was only 7. Her daughter Lily, barely 5. Noah tried to be brave, telling his little sister stories through chattering teeth. Lily's shoes were soaked. Her cries had grown weak, the kind that scared mothers more than screaming. Emily wrapped her coat tighter around them, knowing it wasn't enough. She stood by the roadside, waving her arms as cars passed in the distance, their drivers too afraid to stop, too blind to see her. Each passing minute felt like sand draining from an invisible hourglass. Then Emily did something she never thought she would do. She knelt in the snow. She pressed her forehead to the frozen ground. And she begged, not God, not fate, but the empty night itself. "Take me," she whispered. "Just don't take them." Her tears froze before they could fall. And that was the moment she heard it. Not thunder. Not the wind. Something else. A deep, steady sound cutting through chaos. A low growl, followed by footsteps. Out of the white darkness emerged a shadow, large, fast, and alert. A dog. Its eyes locked onto her instantly, sharp and intelligent. Behind it, a man appeared, tall and solid, moving with calm precision as if the storm didn't dare touch him. He wore a battered winter jacket, military posture unmistakable. When he saw the children, his face changed, not panic, not fear, but something deeper. Recognition. Like he had seen this kind of danger before. Like he knew exactly what seconds meant in moments like this. "My name is Jack Turner," he said, voice firm but gentle. "You're not alone anymore." Emily didn't know it yet, but that sentence would divide her life into before and after. As Jack wrapped the children in thermal blankets and lifted Lily into his arms, the dog, his canine partner, Rex, pressed close, sharing warmth. Jack had survived war zones, explosions, and losses that haunted his sleep. He was a former Navy SEAL who thought he had left saving lives behind. He was wrong. Because the storm wasn't finished. And neither was fate. As they turned toward shelter, the wind roared louder, as if daring them to survive what was coming next. And that's when Jack realized something terrifying. The storm was about to get worse, and they might not make it out in time. Jack Turner had faced death more times than he could count, but standing in that blizzard, holding a shivering child who barely had the strength to cry, felt heavier than any battlefield. Rex walked ahead, nose low, cutting a path through the snow like a living compass. Jack trusted that dog with his life, had done so overseas more times than he could remember. But tonight wasn't about missions or medals. It was about keeping a promise he hadn't spoken out loud yet. A promise to 2 children who didn't even know how close they were to disappearing into the storm forever. Emily stumbled beside him, exhaustion pulling at her legs like chains. Every step felt borrowed. Jack noticed the way she kept glancing at her children, fear etched into every breath she took. He recognized that look. He had seen it in villages torn apart by war, the look of someone who would trade their own life without hesitation. He adjusted his grip on Lily and said quietly, "Stay with me. We're almost there." He didn't know if it was true, but sometimes hope mattered more than honesty. The old ranger station appeared like a ghost through the snow, abandoned, half-buried, but standing. Jack forced the door open with his shoulder. Inside, it was dark, cold, and smelled of dust and forgotten years. He worked fast. Fire. Insulation. Warmth. Rex lay beside the kids, body pressed against them like a shield. Emily collapsed near the wall, shaking, not from cold alone, but from everything she had been holding inside for months. When Jack handed her a cup of melted snow warm just enough, her hands trembled so badly she spilled it. And then she broke. "I failed them," she sobbed. "I promised I'd protect them." Jack knelt in front of her, eyes steady. "You didn't fail," he said. "You survived. That matters." But survival wasn't guaranteed yet. Lily's breathing was shallow. Noah burned with fever. Jack checked them with trained hands, calculating risks in his head. No signal. Roads blocked. The storm wasn't easing. He had a choice to make. Stay and wait, or attempt a dangerous trek through worsening conditions. Either way, someone could die. He closed his eyes for a second, haunted by memories of choosing who lived and who didn't. He opened them again, decision made. As the night dragged on, Emily learned pieces of Jack's past. How he lost brothers in combat, how Rex once dragged him out from rubble after an explosion. Jack learned Emily's story too, about Daniel, about promises broken by fate, about nights where hunger was louder than hope. Two broken adults, bound together by children who deserved a future. Just before dawn, the storm finally weakened. Jack bundled everyone up. Rex barked once, sharp and urgent. He'd picked up something. Engines. Voices. Rescue teams. When the door finally opened and warm light flooded in, Emily covered her mouth and cried, not from fear this time, but from relief so powerful it hurt. As medics rushed the children away, Emily turned to Jack, grabbing his sleeve. "Why?" she asked. "Why did you stop? Why did you risk everything for strangers?" Jack looked at Rex. Then at the kids. Then back at her. "Because once," he said softly, "someone didn't make it to me in time. And I promised myself, never again." Emily didn't know it yet, but this rescue wasn't the end of her story. It was the beginning of a future she never thought she'd see. And as Jack walked away into the pale morning light, Rex at his side, one truth lingered in the frozen air. Sometimes, in the coldest storms, humanity shows its warmest heart,